Hey guys and gals, this is Sonic Arrow with the ARL V39 Tier 6 French Tank Destroyer, and this is a necessary tank that you must play before you can get good French tank destroyers. The tank previous to this, the S35CA, is pretty okay because it's got a gigantic gun traverse. However, the ARL V39 cuts that down to a very small amount, and it gives you two pretty okay cannons. But we'll talk about that later. First, it has 610 hit points, it weighs 26.43 tons, with a 450 horsepower engine, which gives it a top speed of 42 kilometers per hour. Traverse speed of 24 degrees per second, so it's not that great. You'll start getting the better traverses on the higher tier French tank destroyers. The AMX AC MLE 1946 it's not that great, but it is better than what the ARL V39 gets at the moment. Hull armor is pretty pitiful, 60 on the front, 40 on the side, 60 at the back. And if we take a look at it quickly, we can see why it's like that. 60 on the front and 60 at the back, because it's pretty much interchangeable. You could put the gun on the back, it wouldn't look any different. You might think that with this kind of sloping it's pretty good, however, the sloping is on the tracks, and really this means that there is no there's no effective armor really. The gun mantlet is pretty small. It's not really something that people aim at anyway, because they got these giant slabs of steel, or slabs of thin steel, and they'll go through that rather easily. And of course, if you're popping over a hill or trying to go hull down or anything like that, the first thing that your enemy will see is this turret, and it's actually kind of a viewport as well over here, but it does have a gun on it, so I'm going to call it a turret. And this is really easy to penetrate as well. Hiding behind rubble is not going to work that well. It's kind of like the M3 Lee, where it has that extra secondary turret on top that doesn't do anything except get shot at before your gun can actually aim at anything. And that brings me to the next point. Oh, sorry. View range 350, signal range is 360 because I don't have the top radio, and here's why. Top radio comes from the B1 and the BDR-G1B relay, or the artillery. Later on, I'm not using the artillery, and I've already passed all of the French heavy tanks that this radio uses, so I'm not going to research it. It's not really worth it unless you absolutely need to contact your teammates. Usually people have good enough radios that you'll stay in contact anyway. And at tier 7, if we take a look at that, it uses a completely different radio. So you don't really have to worry about it unless you really want to. Gun selection. So there's a choice of two guns that you can get. First is the 105mm Canon, and then the other one is the 90mm DCA-45, which is the tank destroyer version of the same gun you get on the ARL-44 and the AMX M4 1945. I suggest using the 105mm because it has 165 millimeters of penetration, 300 damage, which is better alpha than the 90mm. However, it doesn't have as much penetration. Now, you don't really need that much penetration in a tier 6 tank destroyer, but it does come in handy at some points when you're firing at the front of tier 8 tanks. However, if we take a look, a little closer look at the stats, you'll see it's got the 105 has 6.25 round per minute rate of fire with a 0.39 accuracy and 2.3 seconds of aiming time, which is not bad. Comparing it to the DCA-45, we see it has 6.67 rounds per minute rate of fire, so it's a little bit faster. 212 millimeters of penetration, which is a lot more, and 0.36 accuracy, which is more accurate. However, the aiming time is 2.9 seconds, and with the narrow gun traverse on the ARL V39, you're going to be waiting for that 2.9 seconds quite a lot. And I'll show you a gameplay of that later on. where I use both of these cannons and how that works out for me. Playing this tank is a little bit similar to the Jagdpanzer IV, the Tier 6 German tank destroyer, mostly because of the armor quality that you're getting. The Jagdpanzer IV actually has a little bit better armor. Well, it feels like it has better armor because I do get bounces off that thing where this tank does not. And the Jagdpanzer IV is faster, however the Canon has only 132mm of penetration, which is where the ARL beats it. Because even using the 105mm Canon, you get, what was that, 165mm of penetration, so that's much better. However, the accuracy is not that great. Alpha damage is pretty good, and I really suggest you use the 105. There's really no reason to start using a 2.9 second aiming, the aiming time of 2.9 seconds for any tank destroyer, because you'll need to move your entire hull just to start aiming again, and that's a real pain when you let that one guy go because you can't aim fast enough. And the same can be said about all of the next or future French tank destroyers, like the AMX 1946. You can see the DCA 45 AC over here. Oops. Let me take that off first. You can see that this thing gets 2.3 seconds of aiming time and it's 0.34 accuracy, whereas the 100mm gets 2.9 seconds of aiming time and 0.34 accuracy. So I'm gonna try the 100mm on this tank before I start doing a review on this as well. However, let's just show you guys what the 90mm looks like on this tank. We'll just put that on and you can see that the 90mm is a rather long cannon compared to the rest of the tank. So let's just do that and on to the replays. Here we are on port, and as you can see I am at the very bottom of the list. I'm using the DCA 45 cannon this time around. And this is the 212mm penetration cannon with 240 average damage. And as a Tier 6 tank destroyer, you really want to be behind the lines, I suppose you should say. 2 shots from any of those Tier 8s will most likely kill me, or you. And it's not fun when you get 2-shotted at the beginning of the game. So the speed isn't that great, 30 kilometers per hour on smooth road, and turning really cuts down on the speed. I'm just gonna wait over here and see if that T-34 spots anything coming through. I don't want to get shot on the side, because that's probably going to mean I'm going to get tracked and killed. So nothing really yet. There's a T-69, which any auto-loading tank, if they get up to you, is a bad thing. In any tank destroyer, of course. Indian Panzer. Just going to have to bide my time, really, with this cannon and this tank. I'm gonna see if I can move up a little bit more, maybe get some shots in on that T-69. Or perhaps the Panther II that's driving past. However, the wall is still up, and there's a house between me and the T-69. Okay, so there's a T-34 on the other side, so I'm gonna try and knock down this bit of wall over here. Back up quickly before anybody tries to shoot at me. Yeah, somebody did try to shoot at me. Fired a quick shot at the, I believe it was the Indian Panzer. However, it only hit the tracks and did nothing. And somebody's shooting at me, blasting away the wall. Not good. However, I believe it was a T-34, so I do have enough time to line up a shot on the IS and try to get out of here. Now, exposing the backside of my tank is not a great idea. However, you should remember, same armor on the front as on the back. It's just that the engine can be damaged from shots on the back, and you probably can be set on fire as well. T-34 over there doesn't notice me just yet, so it gives me a lot of time to aim and shoot and back away. Indian Panzer, let's see if I can hit him. Yep. There we go. And make him back off as well. I noticed that KV-1S seems to be looking in my direction. Oh no, he's not. So let's try to get a shot in on him as well. There we go. Only 180 damage that time. KV-1S looks like he popped out to try and shoot me. Okay, he went back behind that train. Now let's see if I can't get him again. T-34 is coming back around, so I should back off. Okay, it looks like he's smarter this time. He's not going to proceed past the wall and let me shoot him. Oh. He's moving. Alright, I fired a shot. And he gets a nice return shot on me. And that's 196 health left for me. So at this point, I decided not to use my repair kit because I know the T-34 has a pretty long reload rate. And I had enough time to repair my tracks and get out of there before he can get another shot in. Tried to sneak in a shot on the Indian Panzer, but that didn't work out. T-34 is simply just waiting for me to pop out. I can see his turret is pointing at me at this moment, so I'm not going to pop out. I believe he knows I'm there. He's just waiting for me to show up, so he can blast me one more time and get a kill. Or get another kill, sorry. He already has one. And that's the end of the game. I get one last shot in on the AT-15 and get out of there. Only 697 points of experience this time around, although it was a Tier 8 game and I didn't get that many shots in, so that's to be expected. However, I did better than some of our Tier 7 tanks. And so that's 9 shots fired, 8 hit, 8 penetrated, which is nice with the 212mm of penetration. However, I still prefer the 105, and you're going to see why when I show you the next replay. Here we are on Muravanka. I'm using the 105mm cannon this time, 165mm of penetration, 300 damage. And I'm top tier, however, I don't have any armor to speak of, really. And I'm just going to go into the forest and see if I can't snipe anything out from there. In French tank destroyers, you should always watch out for artillery. It doesn't matter how low tier they are, you don't have that much armor on the top of your tank. And I have been one-shotted quite a few times while playing French tank destroyers. And it's not very fun when you find out it's an artillery that did it to you. Okay, so there's spots already. M3 lays all the way back on the island, so looks like he's behind a little hill However, not in cover from my teammates on the other side. This is a rather long game, as most tank destroyer games are, and it's not very exciting until the end, of course. And still can't hit anything from over here. That little island there is, well, it's pretty strong if nobody can shoot them, especially artillery. And there's the power of the alpha damage. 300 alpha means that I can actually one-shot that Covenanter. I'm going to be backing off quite a lot because there's really only one tank that's in front of me. Well, there's the artillery that's in front, but that he should not be there. There's a KV-1. Not doing too well. And I believe I've been spotted, or I should be spotted. He's just not paying attention to me just yet.
We nailed it bad.
And there's a Jackson. You can see the aiming time on this cannon is quite a lot better. Let's see. Yes, the KV-1 is dying. And the poor view range on tank destroyers is not helping at all. Aha, there's the KV-2 once again. Let's see if I can't hit him. And the KV-1S gets the kill once again. He should be the one moving up. He has the speed, the armor, and although he doesn't have the 122mm cannon, it's still pretty potent when he's top tier. So right now it looks like we should be winning on the west side. Oh, maybe not. We just lost 2 tanks in a row. 3. Oh, that's just wonderful. Our KV-1S on full health is not moving up. And we've got 2 other tier 6s on the other side. They look like they're doing okay in terms of health. I'm watching what this KV-1S is doing because he's right behind me. He's going to get me spotted. No, he's just going to push me. No, I'm not spawning for you. Go do it yourself. Okay, there's the Hellcat. He's obviously spotted me. I need to get a shot in on him. However, the KV-1S decides to block my shot. And I miss, of course, anyway. I get a shot in, and now I'm being shot from all sorts of directions right now. Our KV-1S decides he wants to go out and meet a single Hellcat. There we go, he's got him. I think I just got shot again, but it bounced, which is surprising. It may be the that M8A1 that was shooting at me, which is why it bounced. Okay, our Churchill 7's doing... Boy, he's probably gonna die soon. Get that Crusader out. And the KV-1S is starting to get a bunch of kills. Doing some damage. However, now that nobody's spotting for him, he's not gonna do too well. Alright, so normally in this situation, the enemy team will come in, swoop through the forest, and totally decimate the remaining forces because it is 4 against 2, and they have artillery. Or rather, it's 3 against 2 with an artillery. KV-1S decides he's going to move forward and get out of the forest, which is probably not a very smart idea. They have 2 tank destroyers, which are really good at stealth if they're not moving, and they both have turrets, which means that they will not lose their camouflage when they rotate their gun around to point at you. And of course, the Cromwell is just a ridiculous tank that can run circles around that KV-1S. Now, right now, I'm trying to get shots in and help the KV-1S. However, he's in a position where I cannot help him at all. Oh, wait, there we go. Aiming. Okay, got rid of the M81. The Hellcat was last spotted in that direction, and the Su-26 was spotted down south. Nobody spotted the Cromwell yet, and that can mean one of 2 things. Oh, the Hellcat just got over here, that's not good. And he took out the KV-1S. And I tried to kill him right there. I believe I hit a house. Or I missed entirely, it doesn't matter. Right, back to the Cromwell. He hasn't been spotted yet by any member of our team, which means he's not playing it like he should be. He's probably sniping in the back, or he's AFK, or he's a really terrible player and not doing anything at all. So now, 171 health left, which means the Hellcat can kill me in 1 shot, and if the artillery can get in a good hit, he can kill me in 1 shot. The Cromwell can run circles around me and blast me twice if he can't kill me in the first shot. And that means I'm going to be using this forest to my advantage. I need to stay hidden. Right about now, I'm thinking that they should be sweeping in on their own side to try and take me out. However, they've not done so, and I'm considering going back to my own flag and getting in a nice bush over there, which means I can set up and ambush anybody that's going into our cap. But I'm gonna stay here for a little bit longer. Maybe I can spot that Su-26 if he's still there, but he's not. Alright, I did push down that tree, or branch, or whatever that was over there. And, okay. So somebody's on our cap. It could very well be the Cromwell, or the Hellcat, or even the Su-26, because he did have enough time to actually get over there. Alright, so whatever it was that was on our cap, just left it, and I'm going to stop here and ambush anybody that's going through the forest. Nobody's shown up just yet. Gonna move up a little bit more. I know I'm breaking my camouflage by doing this, but I can't see anything right now. Oh, they're back on the cap. Now this could be one person in the forest and one person that actually arrived and just got on cap. Or it could not be. It really depends on luck at this moment. So I'm gonna drive towards the cap. And okay, there's the Hellcat. He's got his gun pointing in this direction, but he's driving around, and I managed to take him out. Okay, so keep moving. The Su-26 will most likely know where I am, because I just fired. And the Cromwell... At this point, I'm thinking the Cromwell must be AFK, because I haven't seen any sight of this guy, and he should be the one that's driving through the forest and tearing me apart. I'm gonna drive back here. There's 3 minutes left. I really have to kill these two tanks, otherwise I won't win at all. Usually if you try to cap, the Su-26 is gonna swoop in and just carpet bomb the entire cap and get me by luck. Okay, so I'm taking this route over here, trying to avoid that tree. There's some bushes over here, so I'll try to use that to my advantage. Su-26 is not in this spot anymore. Probably a good thing, because if he was, I would have shot him. Now, one place where the Su-26 could be is at K1. Okay, they just told me the Cromwell is AFK, and I actually just spot him at the same time. Now this is a dangerous proposition because the Cromwell is obviously going to spot me, so I have to fire, stop, aim a little bit. I hit his tracks. I'm going to have to keep moving because that Su-26 can still kill me because the Cromwell is spotting me. Keep moving. Okay, shot came in on my right. Su-26 is over there and he managed to damage my tracks, but nothing else. Right, so where is he? There he is. I proximity detected him. He's within 50 meters of me. He's gonna get another shot in. I'm gonna repair my tracks. Oh, he tried to juke me, but I managed to take him out there. And with 1:45 left, all I have to worry about is an AFK Cromwell who could suddenly wake up at the end of the game and kill me in one shot. Where is he? There he is. Take proper aim this time and take him out, and that's the end of the game. Alright, let's take a look at the stats. Top Gun with a Mastery Badge Ace Tanker with only 998 points of experience. So that shows you how terrible this tank can be if you can get a Mastery Badge Ace Tanker at 998 points of experience. 17 shots fired, 14 hit, 14 penetrated, 3,000 damage done total, 30,000 credits earned on a premium account. Non-premium would be 16,667. Of course, I got 23 base defense points when I killed that Hellcat. 9 enemies damaged, 1 detected. That would be the Cromwell. And that's really it. I can't really show you too many videos on this thing because I already have the next tier up. That would be the AMX 1946, which means it was manufactured in 1946. That was it. And that tank is several orders of magnitude better than the ARL V39, and I'm enjoying that quite a bit. So maybe I'll get a review of that thing out sooner rather than later. Thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I'll see you in future videos.